Anything else for this? Again, reject, ignore, reject. So you are being called to reject anything that doesn't feel good to you, that's causing resistance actually. Yeah, anything that's causing resistance. And you'll be able to know, like, let's say, I'll give you a personal example. So I had, it's funny, I was offered pasta the other day, and I wanted a little bit more protein, and I was like, I'm okay, I think I'm eating too much. And all of a sudden I ended up saying yes anyway. When I ate it, it was good, but then I ended up feeling like more bloated, and then I ended up feeling like, wow, my body doesn't like this anymore, you know. So I overlooked it. I paid the price almost. So it's almost like it is asking you to, and it caused resistance because now I had to take time to almost like help the body digest, instead of using that time to do something that I was that I had to do, you know. So like, it's so crazy because it's little things that you're overlooking, and you need to like learn how to detox, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's where being connected with your spirit, with yourself, with your inner guide is what's going to help you remove these blocks, remove the resistance. And can you confirm, Spirit, the Queen of Cups, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups? What's another layer to this story? Ooh. Balance. Yeah, so the balance between the feminine and the masculine, which is beautiful right now. A staying balanced is like intact with your emotions, knowing when to walk away from being triggered, especially with all this like external energy and chaotic stuff going on. Also, you're building something, coming in with someone else and building. Three of Discs is the Pentacle, and it's almost like taking action and building with someone else, collabing, either with the spirit team as well, you know. But it also means creation. And oh my God, redemption, resurrection, balance, the Magician. So yeah, the Star. So it does feel like this is a moment in your life where it is destined. It's destined for you to have this new beginning, this Ace of Cups, this new beginning. And as long as you stay balanced, you won't miss it, and it won't like be taken from you. Right here, look at this, redemption, destiny. So you are evolving. It feels like you're going towards the right direction. And let's find out what you could do to work with that shadow element of resistance. What could the viewer do? The Strength and Trust again. Wow, trust came up. Get curious. Oh, we have the Pillar again. So maybe still work on the pillars of your pillars, like that stability. How are you going to stay rooted? Oops. Wait, did this one come up too? Reclaim your power. Reclaim that trust in yourself as well. Get curious about what you could create. Get curious about what could happen to you. You know, don't think so little on the illusions that were casted onto you, and instead transmute that emotion, transmute those thoughts, transmute the conflict into something beautiful, something. And you're also being called to get those boundaries, reject boundaries. You know, it feels like that's the best protection against anything that's trying to stop you or block you. Share wisdom as well. So I feel like this is definitely connected to the past reading. We did see similar cards, and destruction. It's like the destruction comes to clear the path. Sacred sexuality. So it's almost like getting comfortable with your body, with creation, with yourself, the parts of yourself that are almost like reserved for someone else, or reserved for the nights, reserved for the moon, only at night, you know. And it's not in a way where it's like it's just lustful, or that like you know, sexuality, like the first thing you would think about, it's sexual, right? But it's almost like the things that simply come out at night, your emotional body, because you are being called to connect, I mean, a little bit more further in. And let's see what other sign messages we get from here, from this little cool deck that I made. What other messages come out with this? The R's, yeah. So get curious and rediscover, reset, recalibrate, recenter yourself. Daddy God has got you. That's the trust. You're being called to keep trusting. Practice that. Practice trusting the God, the universe, your spirit team, your intuition. What else? Anything else for this reading? For this message? Hold on. Let's see. Your roots run deep. Check your wards. So still continue to protect yourself, especially if you're a little bit more on the spiritual, or if you're new to spirituality, like look up ways to protect yourself. Like I would say get in a black stone, obsidian. There's like different types of obsidian, and that absorbs negativity, that absorbs words are things that absorb psychic attacks as well. So if you're being targeted with projections or things like that to make you confused and whatnot, that's why boundaries in place need to be put in place. Yo, something about communication. So for real, I was not like this today. Let's see. You're being asked for quality over quantity. You know, that's the boundaries. What are you choosing? Distractions are at play. Yeah, so check your words because distractions are at play, and it's guiding to move. That goes with the preparation. Everything prepared to move, to relocate, to make the changes that you need to. Ruin eucalyptus, so that's almost like calling you to stay grounded, find a way. This feels like an herbalist type of way, like detoxing your body, staying stress-free, or you know, the best you can, at least. I'm kind of curious about, oh, let's see what energies are around you at this moment that are helping you grow. So we got Jupiter. It's today Thursday. Leo, the Strength card. Oh wait, what? Wait. Oh, I got two blues. Okay, hold on. Jupiter and Saturn. Is that Saturn? I feel like that's Saturn. So Saturn, let me check first. Hold on. Yes, yes. Jupiter is the luck, expansion, sharing wisdom as well, or applying the wisdom that you already know. Leo is the strength that you need in order to do these changes. That courage, yes, that bravery. To make the changes, whatever you're being called to pursue at this moment, it feels like you have the energy. The 3, which is the third house, but it's also creation, and it's the mind, the thinking, communication. Well, I don't know about communication being the strength right now though. Early education, so taking interest of activities, new activities, or discovering yourself. Like if you put yourself out there, you'll learn more about yourself. All right, let's see what else. Oh, we got Leo twice. Interesting. And the 9th house, which is travel, wisdom, philosophy. So double wisdom, double Leo, learning, you know, law, religion, higher education, philosophy. So it goes with the pillars as well. Like, what is your philosophy? How about that? That's your question. What is your philosophy? And Saturn is conquering the responsibilities, or you know, it's almost like, what do you call that? Prioritizing, like putting things in order with organization, responsibility, the challenges, time, restriction, concentration. So you are being called to restrict whatever it needs to be. You know, forbid yourself. Like if you're cutting out sugar, forbid yourself to have sugar. Forbid yourself to have the sweets. So that's the energy that's coming out. I want to pull a little bit more for some reason. Let's see what's the outcome. What's the outcome to this message? What's the outcome to this message? The 4 of Cups, the Magician again, Page of Swords. To put in the work and have fun doing it. It's almost like to take the cup, don't overlook this opportunity. All right? So if you see this as an opportunity, yeah, like instead of like, forget about the conflict, forget about where you were before. It feels like this is an opportunity and to start anew. Yes! And having that happy ending, but it's like it will take work. And it might look differently. Again, if the things switch around, so stay flexible. You're being called to put your boundaries in check. No, differentiate from distractions to not. It feels like you being the Queen of Cups energy, and you, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl. And you know, you can see people well now, and it feels like that's what you're being called to do. Like, don't play with, just don't play with that. Don't play with your time. Don't play with your worth. Don't play with your destiny, and just like reclaim it. Just trust that what you feel it is. Like, don't overstay somewhere to find out if you're wrong, or the, what is that, the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? And let's see, expectancy. Wait, oh, preparation. For some reason I felt like that. Expectancy, preparing. So you're preparing for the change, and you can expect it. Put in the work in and everything. You've put in the work already. It feels like you were the wounded warrior. And let's see, how's your heart? I'm kind of curious with this one. How is your heart at this moment? Yes, enthusiastic. Wait, exhaustion. Why did I say enthusiastic? That is so funny. So some of you might feel enthusiastic or being called to like enthusiastically like go towards this. It feels like that's a message. It is a long journey, or it has been a long journey, or you're drained. So it feels like you need to really root yourself and rest. and you have the strength. So just like make sure you rediscover, you reset, you recalibrate, and you do that by sleeping, by having some leisure time. It feels like that was like the word for today. But like know when to, like if you're drained or if you're depleted or something, don't push yourself to be in situations or in environments or, you know, exchanging energy where you're just gonna in conflict or whatever it is, where you're just gonna be sucked out dry too, you know, energetically. Yeah, stay informed, spying, social media. So it feels like receptive, empathy, and vulnerable, and we have no boundaries, drawing the line, not drawing the line enough. So it feels like you are challenged, or you were challenged in the past because you didn't have a pillar, you didn't have a set of rules, you didn't have the boundaries, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, you have to find a way to reclaim your freedom, to reclaim that beautiful magician aspect of yourself, and reconnect with that enthusiastic creator, and trust it 100%. You're the magician. It came out twice, so you're magical as fuck. Just say that in the comments. I'm magical as fuck. I'm a magical being. You know, like I'm in control, I have courage, like whatever you feel drawn to say, that will resonate with this. But definitely expect to be this energy, the star. Where's the star? Why is the star hidden? That's how it feels like. It's almost like you've been hidden, you've been in hiding, and I think it's time to show up and show out like this. Show up and show out, baby. All right, what am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? The lover. Yes, find your lover side. Love yourself, love life a little bit more. I understand that like the past and whatever things like that might feel like, okay, I'm carrying so much weight, and sometimes it just, see it like this, like it's almost like it taught you how to persevere. So now nothing can put you down. Like in a way, it's almost like you were able with that. It's gonna get easier, and expect it to get easier, to get into this joyful life. You're a little bit, you're closer to it, you know, because the cards are definitely showing it. So work a little bit more. You got it. You got it. Anyway, if you like this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.